Something is shifting in Charlotte, and you can feel it in the air at Bank of America Stadium. For years, we have been waiting for that one moment where everything finally clicks for our franchise. It has been a long, emotional road for the Panthers faithful, but the tide might finally be turning. There is this heavy sense of anticipation building around the facility, and it feels like the future of the franchise is hanging in the balance right now. If you are a real fan, hit like and subscribe. We are all in this together. Keep pounding forever. The journey for Bryce Young has been anything but easy. And if we are being honest, it has been a total roller coaster for every single one of us watching from the stands. We remember the weight of that first overall pick and the hope that came with it. But the reality of the last 3 seasons has been a mixture of flashes of brilliance and deep, agonizing frustration. We saw him get benched in 2024, only to come back and play some of his most inspired football, proving he has the heart of a lion. Then came 2025, a year where he showed more consistency, but still struggled with those weekly ups and downs that kept us all on the edge of our seats. Now, as we approach year 4, there is this growing narrative that Bryce is finally about to put it all together and become the player we all envisioned. The front office realized that the environment around him had to change if he was ever going to succeed. They saw the flaws in the foundation and understood that you cannot build a skyscraper on shifting sand. This isn't just about a quarterback getting older. It is about a franchise finally aligning its vision with his unique skill set. Some are saying this could be the most significant breakout in recent Panthers history because the pieces are finally falling into place. There is buzz around the league that the little quarterback might finally have the protection he needs to see the field and slice up defenses like we know he can. But here is the thing, this isn't just about statistics or highlight reels anymore. It is about the emotional survival of a team that has been searching for its identity since Cam Newton left the building. We have seen Bryce navigate the storm with class and poise, but the pressure is reaching a boiling point. The 4th year is often the crossroads for top picks. And for Bryce, it feels like the entire world is watching to see if he will rise or fold. Every move made this offseason was designed with one goal in mind: making life easier for number 9. It is a gamble, but it is one the Panthers had to take to save their future. This year feels different because the approach is finally focused on the trenches. When you look at the additions of Chris Brazzell II and John Mechie III, it is easy to get caught up in the excitement of new targets on the outside. However, the real story, the one that should actually give us hope, is happening where the games are won and lost. The offensive line. We cannot ignore that our pass block win rates were among the worst in the league, and Bryce was constantly running for his life. Reports suggest that the coaching staff was deeply concerned about how often the preferred starting 5 were actually on the field together. Last year was a disaster in terms of continuity, and that lack of stability trickled down to every single play Bryce tried to make. If the protection isn't there, the quarterback cannot process the field, and we saw that hesitation creep into his game. But now, there is a new sense of security being built. The signing of Rasheed Walker on a 1-year deal is being hailed as one of the smartest moves of the offseason by people who truly understand the game. Adding Monroe Freeling out of Georgia brings a level of raw talent and physicality that this roster has desperately lacked. These aren't just depth moves. They are direct challenges to the status quo. The risk here is obvious. If these new pieces don't gel quickly, we could see another year of Bryce being forced into impossible situations. But the optimism comes from the fact that the front office finally stopped ignoring the obvious. They are trying to create a pocket that allows a smaller quarterback to operate with vision and timing. There is a feeling that if Bryce has just 1 extra second, his accuracy will finally match the hype. We are talking about a player who has been through the fire and stayed humble, but now he needs his teammates to step up and meet him halfway. The roster impact of these changes goes beyond just the offensive line. It changes the way the defense has to play us. If we can actually protect, the entire playbook opens up. This is where the tension lies, because we have been hurt before by promises of improvement. We want to believe that this is the year the narrative flips and the Panthers become a threat in the NFC South again. It all starts with the wall in front of Bryce. This is where things change, and honestly, this is the biggest question facing the organization right now. Analysts like Mina Kimes and Bill Barnwell are pointing out something that we fans have felt in our gut for a long time. They noticed that the Panthers were constantly stuck in 3rd and long situations, which is a death sentence for any young quarterback, let alone one who is still trying to find his rhythm. The inconsistency of the run game in 2025 was a massive weight around Bryce's neck. Outside of a couple of legendary performances from Rico Dowdle, the ground attack was almost non-existent. This forced Bryce into obvious passing situations where the defense could just pin their ears back and come after him. But this is where the strategy for year 4 becomes so fascinating. By investing heavily in the interior with guys like Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis, the Panthers are trying to give Bryce the one thing he needs most: a clean middle of the pocket. Because he isn't the tallest guy on the field, he needs to be able to see over the center and guards without having a 300-pound defender in his lap. The improved health of Hunt and Lewis, combined with a better center and an upgrade at left tackle, could create a fortress. This is what it means to actually support a franchise quarterback. It isn't just about drafting him, it is about sustaining him. If this wall holds, we might finally see the Heisman-level processing speed that made him the top pick. But the emotional escalation here is real because if this doesn't work, what is the next step? There is no plan B. This is the plan. We are putting all our chips on the table and betting that a better environment will reveal the true Bryce Young. This could become something much bigger than just a bounce-back year. It could be the start of a new era of Panthers dominance. We are tired of being the team that everyone overlooks. We want to be the team that everyone fears because our quarterback is protected and our run game is balanced. The pressure is on the coaches to make these pieces fit, and the tension in the locker room must be palpable as they prepare for this pivotal campaign. This is the moment where we find out if the vision was right. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This situation actually worries me as much as it excites me. As a fan who has lived through every high and low of this franchise, I really like the moves we made to shore up the line, but I also know how fragile chemistry can be. This actually feels like the first time the Panthers have had a coherent plan since the rebuild began. I think fans should pay attention to the small details like how Rashid Walker is already being described as a more consistent protector than what we had before. But it also worries me that we are still relying on a lot of ifs. If the health holds up, if the new guys adapt, if the run game can stay relevant, it is a lot of weight to put on Bryce's shoulders, even with the better protection. I really want to see him succeed because he has handled the criticism with so much dignity. It feels like the entire NFL world wants to label him a bust, and nothing would be more satisfying than watching him prove everyone wrong in year 4. This move to solidify the interior of the line shows that the team finally understands his physical limitations and is working to maximize his strengths. I am cautiously optimistic because I see a group that is finally being built with a specific purpose. We aren't just collecting talent, we are building a system. But we have to be realistic. This could be incredible and lead us back to the playoffs. Or this could become a problem if the injuries pile up again. I find myself checking the injury reports every day because I know how much Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis mean to this offense. When they are healthy, we are a different team. When they aren't, Bryce is vulnerable. I really believe this is the most important season in the last decade for the Carolina Panthers. It is about more than just wins. It is about proving that we can develop a star. We have the pieces, we have the coaching, and now we just need the execution. The insider buzz suggests that Bryce is more confident than ever, and that's the kind of energy we need heading into this battle. It is time for the talking to stop and the results to start showing on the field. The story of Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers is reaching its most critical chapter, and the ending is still being written. We are standing at the edge of a new era, and the uncertainty is what makes this so emotionally charged. Will we look back at this offseason as the moment the franchise was saved, or will it be another what if in our history? The future is uncertain, but for the first time in a long time, there is a foundation of hope that feels real. We have seen the investment in the trenches and the commitment to giving our quarterback a fighting chance. Now it is up to the players to step onto that field and show the world that the Panthers are not to be trifled with. Something bigger is still coming. You can feel it in every practice report and every interview. This isn't just about year 4, it's about the legacy of this team. I want to hear from you, the real fans. Do you think Bryce is ready for this massive leap, or are you still worried about the supporting cast? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, because we need to talk about this. If you bleed blue and black, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into our team. We are going to be here through every snap. Keep pounding, Panthers Nation, the journey is just beginning.